Top 5 horrible crimes committed by children. Number 1. Erin Caffey kills entire family. Erin Caffey had a wish. She wanted to go out with her boyfriend James Wilkinson, but her parents stood in her way. So she took some initiative and planned the murders of her family. In March 2008, Erin Caffey's boyfriend and his buddy, Wade, attacked the family house in the early hours of the morning. Her mother was killed and her father was maimed badly. Her two brothers, Matthew and Tyler, were murdered in grotesque ways. Matthew was shot in the head, while Wade and Wilkinson took turns stabbing Tyler. They then proceeded to set fire to the house. All those involved were charged with murder and all signed plea deals or plead guilty, receiving extended prison sentences. Number 2. Teenager shoots mother in bed. A 14-year-old boy, Joshua Smith, shot his mother to death as she slept on the couch. Growing up in Detroit, Joshua tried to hang with local thugs and get street cred. His mother was Tamika Robinson, a hard-working woman who wanted him to persevere and succeed. She was sick of him coming back at all hours of the night and therefore put a reasonable curfew on him. He had to be home by 11 p.m. He was not allowed to hang out with the gang kids anymore, and he was prohibited from bringing girls home. At this, Joshua rebelled and ran away. He later came back and sulked in his room as teenagers are wont to do. What was not expected was him coming down at about 3 a.m. with a shotgun and shooting his mother several times while she slept. He tried to escape in a car and was eventually caught by the police. Number 3. Girl shoots father for cell phone. We know teenage girls are attached to their iPhones, iPods, and iToys, but we never imagined it would be this ridiculous. A 15-year-old girl who was apparently physically attached to her phone was disciplined by her father for something she had done. She was grounded and had her phone taken away, as happens to many modern teens. What happened next, however, turned out to be very different. In a bad case of punishment gone wrong, the girl attacked her father with a hunting bow and wounded him horribly in his torso. Showing no remorse, she didn't let him use a phone to call 911 but made him crawl/drive to the neighbor's house to use a phone. She was later arrested and charged with first-degree assault. We'd like to assume she didn't mean to hurt him too badly, but shooting someone in the chest is generally only done if you intend to drop them permanently. Number 4. 15-year-old kills adopted siblings. We've heard of sibling rivalries, but this is just ridiculous. Adopting 4 children was probably thought of as a good thing at the time, but the mother of 6 probably never imagined that her only biological son would put an end to 2 of them. The 15-year-old boy was the oldest and an honor student at his school and so was trusted to take care of his siblings with minimal mishaps. Unfortunately, the boy brutally stabbed his siblings to death one evening and left the house. Returning home, the mother came upon the corpse of her 4-year-old son and called the police to report that 2 other children, the 15-year-old and 10-year-old, were missing. The 10-year-old was later found dead in the basement of the house, and the police caught up with the suspected son in a nearby town later that night. He was arrested on suspicion of homicide and was sent to a juvenile holding center. Number 5. Boy shoots mother over chores. Alpha Munoz had given his girlfriend's son a .22 caliber gun and trained him to use it in cases of emergency. He probably never assumed the 12-year-old boy would be causing an emergency of his own. His mother, Sarah Madrid, had been arguing with her son over chores and then left the house. Her son was enraged because his mother had the audacity to ask him to do a few chores. Silly mother. The minute she came back, her son blew her away and handed the empty gun to his stepfather. The boy was later found guilty.